Alright. So, yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot to click this before streaming. Okay. Hello and welcome back. Sorry it's been a while since the last time I did a beginner's guide video. Holidays are a bitch every year, as we know. So, today we are doing Nayzaga and Kharabak. And then tomorrow we're doing Savit, hopefully. Savit and Valamir, hopefully. Yeah. So, I'm trying to rush. First off, we're starting to run into behemoths that don't change much at all, if any at all, between their dire and heroic variant, or between their normal and dire variants. So that's why we're doing 2 per video now. So yeah. Actually, I should have done this before the video, but we're an idiot. Okay, so, I believe Nayzaga is first, which means put on Kharabak. Get that there pulse. Fury. Alright, Hunting Grounds. Nayzaga. And let us go. And in fighting Nayzaga, there are a few things I need to explain that I missed on the other videos that no one has caught on me missing and stated anything of. But then again, I've done testing since then, and I was noticing it with Pangar, but at the same time, I wasn't mentally recognizing it. Like, I was noticing it and saying it on stream as we were grinding parts, but I wasn't actually I wasn't comprehending what was going on. So that's the word. And that is the fact that behemoth parts from for the beginning game behemoths that I did not notice, and I do not know if they added it to Savit also, but at the very least, from Kharabak up on the low-level islands, on low-level behemoths, all the low-level behemoths have a chance to drop parts on death, even if you didn't break that part. And that stops at Valamir and up, at the very least. It possibly stops at Savit, but I'm gonna test that out and explain that in tomorrow's video, if it did or did not, either way. But anyways, we're gonna go fight this Nayzaga. So yeah. So that's why you notice, like, I was with Nayzaga, his parts, and you'll notice it here too, his parts are very glitchy. Like, he is the most glitchy behemoth in the entire game for part breaks, and that's because his hitboxes have always been glitched. Now, I'm sure the new devs will fix it eventually, but as it stands right now, and for the longest time, they do not fucking work. Nayzaga starts with orb, and then a boom, always. And then you just hit him. Now, of course, his head is working right now, but, like, only sometimes. Like, you'll notice sometimes during the fight, it doesn't. Why did I get 75 merits? Why did I get 75 merits? I can't roll. Why couldn't I roll? Oh, come on. I hate... Okay, so I can't do well with slow attack speed. Really? Clap and I broke Aesar. clap and laser beam and I lost my attack. Not paying attention to my things. And that was Nayzaga. He's not that hard. As you saw, what he was trying to do there was send out more pylons. Those shock orbs that tried to hit me. Just try to stay on the side of him. If you stay hugged to him, they usually won't hit you. That's why I wasn't too worried about that. What he was trying to do there, I believe, was trying to get enraged, which would have, or get Aether charged, which would have caused even more orbs to fly at me, but I don't let that happen. So anyways, now we're gonna fight Nayzaga, or now we're gonna go fight Kharabak. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Do I do that? On the grounds. Kharabak. And yeah, nothing really changes from regular Nayzaga to the dire and higher ones. Part breaks don't get fixed or anything, so not that big of an issue. He gets enraged the same, gets Aether charged the same, and just overall it's basically the same fight. Now, Kharabak on the other hand is slightly different, but that's only if you let him get up, and usually you don't let him get up. He crumbles like a fucking cracker. Like, and we'll show it here. And that's if you're fighting him with a level weapon, obviously. If you have the damage, even with a low level weapon, you can still crumble him like a fucking, or snap him like a twig, but a little bit harder if you don't know what you're doing. So, luckily we know what we're doing. Rotate. As you noticed, I was hitting pincer but getting white because the game is broken on his pincer and back legs. Leave it to your arm breaker and lantern to break it, or if you're using pike, that's a good way to hit it. Axe is usually hits parts, or not axe, sword usually hits parts. Bring it back to your tail. There's a shock part. If you're wondering why I'm using elemental advantage. If you didn't see my stream last night, and you're wondering why I'm getting tokens, it's because of the crossball event. But anyways, he snaps like a twig. He's a little bit easy to fight. Now again, he did swing at me a little bit there, but that's not too big of an issue. That was Kharabak and Nayzaga. But yeah, I didn't pay attention to my parts that I got, but again, if you're having trouble getting parts, don't worry about it. Every behemoth I find from, or at least most of them, I don't know about all of them, you're just gonna have to pay attention, obviously, to your hunts. I don't think Armain should be one that does it, because literally, you can go to his island and he's the only thing that spawns there. But everything else should do it. That's a little bit lag on the preview. I don't know if the video's lagging. Let's hope it's not. So yeah, there's that. I can unlock things, but I'm not going to. Is there anything I'm forgetting? And if you want more intel, something I kept forgetting, and we're gonna go more in detail on this later, is that if you want more detail on how to fight creatures, you can go, every time you fight one, it'll fill out their behemoth info page, which gives you, let's go Nayzaga, or Emrain here since he's the first one, It gives you lore about the behemoth, and then cat's hunting tips. Those are good to read. Like, that is the devs coming in and telling you basically how to fight each behemoth in a fun little way. So yeah. Like, yeah. And we'll go in more detail on that later, but that's really it. And if you want more information on your weapons, which we'll go more into detail later, you can always go to your moves list tab, which tells you your basic moves, your combos, and your general info on just fighting behemoths in general. So, that is that. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, think about that. Subscribe button helps out a lot. If you want to catch a Twitch stream, the Twitch is in the description. If you want news of when I go live or post a video, I'm still trying to fix the bot. I'm going to start posting that I posted a video in the Discord. Discord's in the description as well. Tell me what channel, or there is a channel bot in there or there's a role bot in there for that as well. So you can select your own roles. If you only want news, you only get news. Easy as that. Have a good one and goodbye.